Alright. I'm gonna put the microphone down in front of me so I can with the people find the Borderlands footage. That's just
Walk in, suckers. Catch a ride.
So today I'm talking about some personal videos. That's right, I could have done a face cam and showing my face, but I thought, you know what, I want to play video games, but I also got to get this opinion out there. You know what we're going to do? We're going to turn down the audio a little bit. There. Now all you can hear is me for the win. Ah, shit. Okay. So, yeah, because it was hard to hear me. Anyway. Wow, they really are a rock wall. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. So, my personal problem is gambling all the time. You know how Eddie Murphy's girl likes to party all the time? Well, if I was one of his women, I'd like to gamble all the time. And that's not healthy. And I thought I could do the obvious thing that I wanted to do and work at it where I could gamble with moderation. You know, not spend as much money gambling, but at the same time, not go all the time and be able to gamble with a little bit of money here and there and not end up going broke because of it. But I've recently found out that I can't do that. Now, where am I going? See, I'm lost here. Why do I keep doing that? So I found out I can't do that. And it bothers me because it keeps me from doing things with buddies and everything else. Oh, sweet! King Mong, I love this.
Gotcha! And stay down. And stay down.
No legendary. Anyway, it keeps me from doing things with my buddies. And it just costs me, well, obviously the obvious thing, it costs me a lot of money. And that's money I could use for other things. And, you know, I always say I'm just going to gamble this much. Like recently tonight, I went gambling and I took out 40 bucks. I said, I'm gonna use 40 bucks and then I'll be good to go. I won't gamble anymore. And what ended up happening was I took out the 80 bucks I had remaining and I ended up gambling that.
Got a plan to get to the stockade? Blow stuff up, that's my plan. Vault Hunter, get the sawtooth cauldron.
So that was terrible. And now I have no money to go for a movie. I have no money to get any takeout food if I'd want it. I basically have no money to do anything. And, you know, I mean, this shouldn't be my reality because I make some money. And, you know, it's depressing. Like, I kept saying no over and over because I realized what I had done. And I can't blame anybody for it. But that's what it's like when you go gambling all the time. And, you know, you can't blame people for your gambling except yourself. But at the same time, it's like, I want help. But I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like when I get a little bit of money, I'm like, okay, I'll go gambling and see if I can make more money. And of course, that's the most poisonous kind of thinking. Because you should never gamble to try and get more money. Because you're gonna end up losing a bunch of percent of the time. It's like, well, if you know that, Chris, why do you do it? And it's like, I don't know. That's part of the problem. Like, if we knew all these things, and if we knew these things and knew why we did them, we probably wouldn't do them. You know? So, if we had all the answers, we could probably deal with the gambling a lot more healthy like. But it doesn't work like that. So, you know, instead I'm left with, and it's not that I feel helpless, but it's like what I said. I made a Facebook post, and I said, you know, I gotta close myself off from people for the next week or so, because the last thing I need, like, I need friends, but I need friends that'll be supportive, not friends that are gonna come to my house and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do something like that? Why would you gamble when you know it's bad? Why would you do this and this and this? I can't believe you did that. Are you ever going to learn? And it's like, that's not what I need if I'm going to work on myself and deal with this problem. The last thing I need is somebody to criticize me and judge me. You know, like, that's not going to get me any help. It won't be helpful to tear me down and make me feel worse than I already do. So that's why I'm shutting myself off for the next couple of days. And about 2 weeks or so. And I'm going to just try and cope, I guess, you know. I don't want to interact with people because I don't want them to give me shit that I don't deserve. Like, I mean, I've gone gambling a lot. I tell my friends I go gambling all the time. They're always like, what the fuck? But the last thing I need is them to say the things they've said over and over again, all judgmental like. It's, you know, I just need some encouragement, but in a positive way. I don't know. I'm not looking to be coddled, but I'm looking for friends who are going to be like, you know what, I'm going to help you with this. I see you got this problem, and here's how we can help you deal with it. I know you're struggling with it, you know, instead of being like, I can't believe you went and did that. Don't you know better? And it's like, well, of course I know better, but I don't need to be asked, do I know better? That's like if somebody, that's like that fucking stupid question where they ask you, how old are you? You know? It's like, only assholes ask that, because it's like, well, of course I know how old I am. You're only being an asshole when you ask me that. You know? It's the same thing. It's like, why do you go gambling? Don't you know any better? Well, I'm fucking 30 years old. Of course I know better. I just don't make the decisions that show I know better. There's a difference. But I very fully well know that it's not the best decision to make. But that's part of the problem that I have. You know, this is why, this is the working on myself in working on myself. That's what you work on, to find out and fix why you keep doing it when you know it's wrong. It's unhealthy, when you know it's unhealthy. This is like, you know, that it's the worst thing because it's terrible. And you know it's terrible, but you keep doing it. It's, well, that's like the definition of addictions, you know? I mean, they're fucking critically bad. Like,
Get to where sawtooth bandits are
they're
keeping the
they're
bombs.
terrible
You gotta
for
go
you,
through
but
Guano
you
Grotto.
feel
You'll
powerless
have to
because
push
you want
through a
to
buttload
do
of
the thing,
sawtooth.
and you make
Yeah.
yourself think
Wouldn't be any fun
that you
otherwise,
can
right?
overcome it and manage it, but it manages you. That's what it does all the time.
My slayers have been fighting the
So,
sawteeth for years.
I don't know. I just need some positive reinforcement instead of people giving me a hard time and telling me what I already know. Just because I keep making the repetitive decisions doesn't mean I'm not trying to learn. It's just I'm not succeeding at learning. But at the same time, I don't think banning myself from all the bars and stuff in town is going to be the way to do anything. That's an extreme thing. And people are like, well, then you should be barred from going into the casino and into bars and stuff. And I'm like, what am I, a fucking criminal? Like, I shouldn't have to do the extreme stuff in order to get better. Like, you know, I don't know. But people would suggest that I do that, but I'm not going to bar myself from doing fun stuff and hanging out with friends in bars and stuff. I'm gonna do it a different way. You know. Oh, get back here. Fuck off. Sorry. But yeah, I'm going to try and get better, but not at the expense of my social life and other stuff. You know, I think every addict has that dream of where they can go to places that in the past triggered them and be able to overcome that. That's where I want to be. Not, you know, oh, I can't go out with you to a bar tonight because I'm going to feel like it's triggering me and I'm too weak. Well, not weak, but I'm not healthy enough in my addiction to be able to go out, so I'll just stay home and twiddle my thumbs. Like, fuck that. You know, I don't want that to be me. So, it's going to take a bit more work, but at least I'll feel better in the end. But yes, it's going to take some work. And I'm prepared for that. But I need people who can support me and encourage me to work on myself, not break me down and everything else, you know. And if I have to be alone for a couple of weeks to gather my thoughts and start working on it, then that's just what I'll do.
Now you will fall.
Holy shit.
Stay put.
Damn it. True Vault Hunter pain in the ass. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to say right now. Sorry for the length of the video. Of course I'm going to put ads on it. Well, no, you know what? I'm not. I'm not going to put ads on it because it's a personal video and it's dealing with harsh stuff. You know what? I'm going to make it free. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And to anybody who's dealing with gambling stuff, you know, reach out to your friends and ask them for help. But make sure the criticism is constructive and positive. Don't let people bring you down about your stuff because that's not going to help you. You know, we all have our struggles and stuff. Some are more extreme than others. But it's all in your perspective and how you deal with it that's the severity of it. And I've just come to the point where I know what my struggle is and I'm not able to do it on my own. So I hope that other people can, I don't want other people to get to that point, but I hope that if they do, they're able to understand their limitations and seek help and everything else. Alright, so that's it for this video. Like it if it helps.
Stop.
Like it anyway because it's nice. And I'll talk to people in another video in